degrees outside. It is frigid out there.
Excuse me. If sometime this hour we'll do late night. And I don't know what we've got for Wise Brothers stand up. Let's see.
Do you want tea with honey? Do you want some tea with honey for your trip? You want more stuff?
No, we don't have any kids now, and it's great. We have a dog, though. We have a 4-year-old French bulldog. Her name is Petunia. I love Petunia very much. She's one of my most favorite...
$72,000.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Liberals in Washington, D.C. are getting desperate. They want to eliminate the Senate filibuster rule to pass a federal takeover of West Virginia's elections. This Washington power grab would overrule common sense laws that safeguard West Virginia's elections. Our Senator Joe Manchin has promised to defend the Senate filibuster.
I will not vote to do that. I will not vote to end the filibuster.
And Manchin stood up to pressure from the D.C. liberals like New York Senator Chuck Schumer.
I do not support getting rid of the filibuster, and Chuck Schumer knows that.
Manchin specifically said he opposes any filibuster carve-out to pass the liberals' election takeover bill. If they can weaken the filibuster, Speaker Pelosi and Senator Schumer could jam through their socialist agenda. We need Joe Manchin to keep standing strong for West Virginia. Call Senator Manchin, 304-342-5855. Tell him to keep his promise. Protect the Senate filibuster. Paid for by One Nation. www.onenationamerica.org.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your football buddy, your football buddy, or you, your best man, your worst man, you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. While 1 in 3 adults has prediabetes, with early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
The best in live and local talk returns momentarily on The Watchdog.
Hello, everyone. From The Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your Friday. Another cold day with a high near 23, under mostly sunny skies, partly cloudy through the overnight with a low of 12 degrees. Plenty of sunshine around for your Saturday, with highs in the low to mid-30s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From The Watchdog, I'm the Storm Tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
And just like that.
Just like that.
It's Friday? It's Friday already?
Oh, man! I did not expect this at all!
TGIF.
This week.
That went south so fast!
Are you available to work weekends?
If that means what I think it means, partying hard or hardly party.
Not.
I can't work weekends.
Let's get this show on the road!
Showtime.
Conversations you care about with people you know. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe on WKKX and WVLY.
Well, the temperature isn't changing. It's still 16 degrees. Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 16 degrees. Here at the home studios, Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 16 degrees. At the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Up at the airport, there must be a good bit of wind. That 16 at the airport feels like 2. It feels like temperature at the airport is 2. Here at the home studios, the 16 degrees feels like 12. Still cold, but not as bad as the airport. Must not have as much wind blowing down here as they do at the airport. So 16 across the board on the thermometer, either 2 degrees or 12 degrees, depending on where you are as far as the feels like temperature today. Might be a few lingering flurries, but the snow is pretty well over and done with. My little buddy Teddy was out in the snow for about an hour, they tell me. While I've been here slaving hard over this hot mic, he's been out with his toboggan in the backyard. Seem to be having a pretty good time of it. If you want to.
Good job.
He wants to do that again. Bring your sled back up and getting ready to go. The sound of a child having fun in the snow. Biffy, does that sound familiar? kids having fun strike me as it's hard to beat kids having fun in the snow. So that's my little buddy out there. He was going up and down. There's no snow out there. I mean, it's almost tobogganing in the grass, but he's giving it a try. I'm sure many of the other kids in the Upper Ohio Valley are doing somewhat the same thing. So it's a cold morning. Not too much snow around, but there is some, and just enough on the ground for Teddy to decide he's come back inside, spent an hour outside. He's cold and ready to probably come in, have some tea or what have you. 9:14, 14 after the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. A quick run back to the conversation McCabe and I had last hour about the zone change talk in the city of Wheeling. I have talked a lot about that this week. I'm going to talk a lot more about it over the coming weeks. Monday on the show, Wheeling's Vice Mayor Chad Thalman, one of the big proponents of these accessory dwelling units and some other changes to the zoning code. Chad's going to be with us, the Vice Mayor, with us here on this show on Monday morning. He and I had lunch together, had a chance to share our different points of view about this. I explained my perspective. He explained his, and he'll explain it to you Monday. So that we'll continue our conversation about that on Monday. If you just joined us, we talked earlier this morning to Bill Ehlenfeld, federal attorney for the Northern District here in West Virginia. He has built a reputation as a U.S. attorney tough on drugs. He now adds an additional responsibility as head of a regional interagency drug interdiction force, the HITA group. He explained all about that this morning to us. We'll have that on our podcast page later on in a morning show rewind. John McCabe and I had the Friday roundtable last hour, and coming up in a few minutes, we will have the Friday Funnies, which we always try to do for you on a Friday. Biff, we have basketball tonight, yes?
Yeah, we do have Wheeling Central at Oak Glen scheduled for tonight.
All right, so catch that on the Watchdog beginning at 7:30. That's on air, not online, right?
Yeah, it'll be on air.
Okay. So check that out. And then do we have any other games this weekend?
Yeah, tomorrow night.
WVU basketball. Both. Go ahead.
I was going to say tomorrow night's Central game, if they're still playing it, we'll be on the high school stream tomorrow night at 7:30. Williamstown scheduled to host Williamstown traveling to Wheeling Central for a 7:30 game. That'll be on the high school stream because the West Virginia, the men, I think both the men and the women are in action tomorrow. The men are at 1 o'clock against Kansas State, and the women, actually 1 o'clock is airtime. Tip-off will be at 2, and the women at 7:45 also against Kansas State. So both of those games are at the Coliseum, and which puts Williamstown Wheeling Central scheduled for 7:30 on the high school stream.
You can find the high school stream by going to watchdognetwork.com. You'll see 3 buttons there. One says WKKX, one says WVOY, and one, cleverly enough, says high school stream. Click the high school stream in order to listen to the Central game tomorrow night. We usually put it up on Facebook too, right, Biff?
Yeah, actually, both of them should be up there tonight and tomorrow night as well.
So you can usually catch our high school games on Facebook as well as on the various online ways to do it. Actually, a full sports day tomorrow all day long. The O&N Sports Magazine starts off in the morning. Then Metro News High School basketball roundup. It was the football roundup for a while. Now the basketball roundup starts. Then the Harris Law Firm Sports Huddle, right, is back in business tomorrow.
Yeah, after a couple weeks of the holidays and everything, and once football season finally ended, it should be somewhat back to normal, but we'll see. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow morning.
And then, of course, as Biff mentioned, women's basketball with WVU in the early afternoon. In the evening, it's the men's basketball against Kansas State, and the Williamstown Central game on our high school stream online tomorrow night, and that is at 7:30. And that's some of what we have to offer you this weekend in the sports world. You know, the college football championships are here, and to celebrate, FanDuel Sportsbook is hooking new customers up with 30-1 enhanced odds on either team to win. That means you bet $5, put $5 up as a bet, and you could win $150 on either team to win it all. So pick the team that you think is going to win the college football championship game and place your bets, and you get 30-1 enhanced odds from our friends at FanDuel. Just sign up for FanDuel Sportsbook using my name, Monroe, as the promo code, MONROE. Put that in the promo code box. Make a deposit once you sign up, and then you can claim your 30-1 enhanced odds. No better place to bet the college football championships than on America's #1 sportsbook. Simple and easy to use, great new offers every day, safe, secure, excellent customer service. And remember, when you win, FanDuel pays your winnings in as little as 2 hours. That's a really good deal. If you already have FanDuel, don't forget, FanDuel is hooking all customers up with $50 when you refer a friend, and your friend will get $50 as well. So you got the $50 referral, you've got the $150 for a $5 bet, enhanced odds on the college football championships, but you got to have the app to do it. Download the app right now, or head to sportsbook.fanduel.com. Sign up using my name, Monroe, in the promo code, and that'll give you the 30-1 odds on either team to win. As always, I have to remind you, you must be 21 or older. You must be physically present in West Virginia. New users only get some of these advantages. The $10 first deposit is required. You must wager in the designated offer market. Maximum bonus $150. There are some restrictions. You can find them all at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Remember, if gambling is fun, go for it. That's what FanDuel is for. If gambling is a problem, then visit www.1800gambler.net or call them, 1-800-GAMBLER.net. FanDuel Sportsbook gives you more ways to win. It's 8:21 on the Watchdog Morning Show.
The new year is here, and so are the new Toyotas. So visit your dealer and reserve yours today. Like the all-new Tundra, redesigned from the ground up and engineered for uncompromising power. Or explore the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online.
On Metro News, we talk with the leaders of the state of West Virginia, like Governor Jim Justice, and on a recent show, the governor said he would consider a pay raise for public employees and school teachers during the next session of the legislature.
We'll absolutely look at it, and from my standpoint, I would be a proponent, because I want to try to help any and everybody I possibly can.
Keep up with what's happening at West Virginia Talk Line, weekdays at 10:06, right here on this Metro News radio station. We'll talk to you then.
1 in 3 adults has prediabetes.
83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steamfitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design, an easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tap, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
If you missed us the first time, keep going. You'll find us just down the dial. AM 1600 and 1370, FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog.
We're on air, online, on video, and on demand. Find us where you like us. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
You heard Hoppy during the break there talking about the statewide talk line coming up today at 10:06. And among the topics on talk line will be some conversation with the West Virginia AARP about some things they're asking the governor. State School Superintendent Clayton Birch is dropping by to talk to Hoppy about the importance of classroom instruction versus remote instruction. What are the schools across the state doing to try to keep kids safe and the teachers safe? What schools do we have in the state that are going to remote instruction? All of that today with the school board superintendent, state school superintendent Clayton Birch. And our buddy Brad McElhenney will be in with Hoppy to talk about the governor's comments yesterday, kind of foreshadowing his State of the State speech. Governor Justice yesterday, during his COVID speech, got into the State of the State a bit. The governor said, "The State of the State, I really encourage you to tune in and watch, because there's going to be major, major announcements at the State of the State, and more goodness is coming to the state of West Virginia." Step back, Biff. More goodness is coming. Goodness is coming.
Can't wait.
Governor says, "Yeah, I can't hardly wait. More goodness, more goodness." Please tune in next Wednesday at 7 o'clock, and hopefully I won't botch it up, said the governor yesterday. It'll hopefully be good stuff. We're going to report something really, really exciting that's going to happen in the state of West Virginia. Now, the folks I've talked to aren't really sure what it is the governor has got in mind. A lot of talk about maybe some sort of big economic development announcement. Could it be some kind of a new steel mill? There's been some talk about that coming someplace in the state. Could it be some other kind of major new business coming into West Virginia? Maybe. Or I might as well say it. Or could it be another Jim Justice floofa-hoofa? I got major goodness. I'm going to build a lake or something. You never know what he's going to talk about. But he says, be prepared, State of the State coming up next Wednesday. I believe we'll have it for you here live on the Watchdog in the evening. And you'll want to be sure to catch it and listen to what he has to say. And that's kind of the kickoff of the legislative session. Beginning Monday morning, we'll start having our daily Capitol reports from Metro News. We'll begin Monday. Session officially begins on Wednesday. On Wednesday at noon, the legislators, the House and the Senate, will gavel themselves into session. Then they'll disband until the evening. The governor will have his State of the State speech. Apparently, there are going to be no COVID protocols observed. It's fascinating. The governor does all of his personal press conferences in his private room, his secret room, his hidden room, so that nobody is around. Started out because of COVID, now it's just because he doesn't have to answer questions that way. But apparently the state of the state and the legislature itself and the Capitol itself is going to be wide open this year. So we'll be covering it again beginning on Monday. The Capitol Report every day here on the Watchdog Morning Show from Metro News. Then we'll be talking with all of our local legislators about what's happening down there, and we'll have live coverage of the State of the State speech, if all goes well, on Wednesday night. The major announcements, more and more goodness is coming. Legislators think they're likely to be called into a special session early next week, just prior to the regular session beginning, and I'm not sure what that would be about. There is talk that the governor might call a special session, like for Monday and Tuesday. Well, the regular session starts on Wednesday. I'm confused as to what could be there, but that is what is being speculated. And Hoppy will talk to Brad about that coming up on Statewide Talk Line. We will have some Friday funny, some entertainment news, and try to go into the weekend from this show on a positive and fun kind of note. That's all coming up after we check some headlines and sports for you right now. It's 9:30.
West Virginia.
Saturday playing without Sherman, Gabo Saboyan, and Kobe Johnson. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. All of the high school games scheduled for Thursday around the state of West Virginia postponed because of the winter storm, and that will likely be the result today as well, as the storm has piled up snow across the state of West Virginia. Illinois beat Maryland 76-64 Thursday night in college basketball among the games, and the Penguins won 6-2 at Philadelphia. From the Metro News Sports Desk, I'm Kyle Wiggs.
New Belgium Fat Tire Amber Ale is now available in West Virginia and distributed locally by wine and beverage merchants. With its toasty and biscuit-like malt flavors blended perfectly with hoppy freshness, it's bound to become one of your new favorite craft beers. Fat Tire Amber Ale is now available at local retailers. Please don't drink and drive, and drink responsibly. From your friends at Wine and Beverage Merchants.
The Watchdog Network wants you to take time for yourself and your family this season and enjoy some of the events around our valley. The gallery at Towngate hosts the exhibit This Is Me, featuring the artwork of Ogilvy Institute's curator of exhibitions, Lisa Rasmussen. The exhibit is on display through January 15th. The gallery at Towngate, open 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday and during all Towngate events.
Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands is the perfect place to relax after a long day. Happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Friday. Get $2 off appetizers, $3 off domestic drafts, and house wine specials. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA. Quaker Steak and Lube at the Highlands with another steal of a deal. Get a steak burger and fries all day Monday for only $8.99. It's also Military Mondays. The Lube will take 25% off for all veterans, active duty military, and first responders. Quaker Steak and Lube, voted Best Wings USA.
The new year is here, and so are the new Toyotas. So visit your dealer and reserve yours today. Like the all-new Tundra, redesigned from the ground up and engineered for uncompromising power. Or explore the brand new Corolla Cross with available all-wheel drive and more cargo room than ever. Visit your Toyota dealer today or go online to buyatoyota.com, the official website for deals. Hurry, offers end January 31st. Toyota, let's go places.
West Virginia Outdoors is the Mountain State's only hook and bullet radio show, dedicated to the more than 250,000 hunters and anglers across the state. Award-winning host Chris Lawrence has been tracking down hunting and fishing stories for more than 25 years.
Went in behind a little birch tree at its head. I reached down and got the bow position and found its horns and dropped down and shot it in the neck.
Whether it's hunting and fishing news,
it tracks real super well, but not with a 60-pound carp tied to the side.
Or just compelling stories about the enjoyment of the great outdoors.
How close did you let him get in before you let fly on him?
He was about 18 yards, Chris. He got turned in the right angle there, and I touched off the trigger, and when I hit him, he ran kind of up the hill, which scared me at first.
West Virginia Outdoors covers it all, Saturday mornings at 7:06 a.m.
And for your daily fix,
Outdoors Today brings you 2.5 minutes of news and notes from the woods and water every weekday morning. No one covers the great outdoors like Chris Lawrence. And Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
A lot of good stuff this week on the show. I'm going to have up on our rewind page this afternoon, first thing tomorrow. Got a bunch of things for you. You'll want to check it out, give you some good listening this weekend off of our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. Or remember, our podcasts are always found at Apple Podcasts. Just search for the Watchdog. A couple of COVID stories here for you this morning. In Chicago, the school district has canceled classes for a third straight day. They're still negotiating with the teachers over remote learning and COVID safety measures and the Omicron variant and all that sort of stuff. Supreme Court will hear arguments today over two Biden administration COVID-19 mandates, one for large employers to require workers to be vaccinated or tested regularly, and one for most healthcare workers to be vaccinated. Republican-led states and business groups have brought challenges against the mandates, saying they go beyond the administration's authority. I think the president is using the fact that these businesses are regulated by OSHA as his way into this, but we'll see what happens in the Supreme Court today. Meanwhile, the Washington Post reported yesterday that the Biden administration is moving forward with plans to send $500 million free rapid COVID-19 tests to homes that request them. And the first test could go out as soon as next week. According to the Post, a website will be launched through which you can request a home test be sent to you from the federal government. Official announcement should come early next week. This all according to the Washington Post. That the president feels that needs to be done because at-home tests have been hard to find in some areas. I guess there are some available around here, but not a lot. I know I tried to get a home test a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't find one for purchase, so there will be a way to get the home test if you would like to from the federal government. At least that's what the Washington Post says is likely to happen. James Corden, you know him from the CBS Late Night Show. James Corden has tested positive for COVID. So the CBS Late Show will go on hiatus for at least a week. He announced this on, he being James Corden, announced this on Instagram yesterday. I just tested positive for COVID-19. I'm fully vaccinated and boosted. And because of this, I am fortunate enough to say I feel completely fine. But the show will be off the air for the next few days. So James Corden tests positive for COVID. Some other entertainment news talking about COVID. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association, the people behind the Golden Globes, they have decided they will not stream the Golden Globe Awards on Sunday. A spokesperson said that this year's event is going to be a private event. It's not going to be a public event and will not be live streamed. So you won't be able to watch the Golden Globes online. Peter Bogdanovich, an Oscar-nominated filmmaker, died yesterday at his home in Los Angeles. He was 82, director of many shows. One of my absolute favorite movies of all time, The Last Picture Show. Tremendous movie. I love that. Paper Moon, another one of his shows. He did a number of movies with Woody Allen as well. He passed away yesterday at the age of 82. Here's some more entertainment news for you from our friends at ABC.
ABC Entertainment News.
The only new release in theaters this weekend is The 355.
We're the top agents from around the world.
Jessica Chastain stars with a web of women spies that includes Penelope Cruz, Lupita Nyong'o, Diane Kruger, and more. The reviews haven't been great. Streaming on Amazon Prime Video.
Your only uncle, so most of your favorite uncle.
Ben Affleck stars in The Tender Bar, directed by George Clooney, a coming-of-age drama based on a true story. Sunday night on HBO, it's the debut of the long-awaited second season of Euphoria, starring Zendaya. And tonight on ABC, Kevin Hart makes his Shark Tank debut. Talk show hosts continue to contract COVID, James Corden being the latest. His CBS Late Night Show will go into repeats. He joins Whoopi Goldberg, Seth Meyers, Hoda Kotb, and Jimmy Fallon, who all revealed positive tests this week. SNL's first lineup of the year, West Side Story's Ariana DeBose will host with Roddy Ricch as musical guest January 15th.
I'll be home for Christmas. I promise.
And Hawkeye star Jeremy Renner is 51 today. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
Whether it's celebrities or someone in your family, the COVID is certainly spreading a good bit. I had a call yesterday, someone who was really concerned, looked at the COVID dashboard in West Virginia, and the dashboard yesterday showed dramatically fewer cases than the day before. And the person who called me said, well, I don't get it. I mean, this is a huge decline. What's the story? And I did some research, and the story is West Virginia has now begun to follow the CDC guidelines of only 5 days of quarantining. So up until yesterday, the dashboard was showing people who within a 10-day span who were still active with COVID. And beginning yesterday, that was only a 5-day span. So I don't have the numbers in front of me. I want to say the number of people with active COVID cases went from 18,000 on Wednesday to 12,000 yesterday. Dropped like 6,000, almost a third, because they changed the way they were counting them. So if you follow that stuff on the dashboard, be aware of that. Before I leave the entertainment world, let's take a look at some salacious celebrity gossip. Some of the stories coming out of the tabloids for the week just gone by.
It's
It's your salacious celebrity scoop. Lauren Moraski dishes out this week's tabloid news.
The tabloids are out, and here's what you need to know. An insider tells Us Weekly that the whole Kardashian clan is finding a way to move forward amid Tristan Thompson's paternity drama. The NBA player recently confirmed that he's the father of Marilee Nichols' new son, causing a bit of controversy with his on-again and off-again gal, Khloe Kardashian. The source says Khloe and her family are on the road to accepting what happened. In related news, Life and Style says Khloe is open to dating again and hoping to meet a man that treats her right. Let's hope for the best for Khloe. Meanwhile, this week's issue of OK Magazine claims that the relationship between Sandra Bullock and her longtime boyfriend Brian Randall isn't quite as rosy as how she's made it out to be in recent interviews. Call us suspect. And finally, The Globe says Goldie Hawn isn't thrilled with her daughter Kate Hudson's guest list for her upcoming wedding to her longtime partner Danny. A source claims that Kate wants to invite her estranged dad Bill Hudson to the nuptials, and Goldie won't tolerate it. This whole story sounds bogus to us. That's your salacious celebrity scoop. Happy New Year, and we'll catch you next week after we dig through the tabloid trash.
Biff, I just shared it here with you, so I'm as guilty as anybody. But I can't. Does anybody care about the Kardashians anymore?
I don't.
Of course, I never did. I like to look at Kim's pictures sometimes. But all of the ins and the outs and who's seeing who, I never did care. But I thought they were pretty much passé, aren't they? Who cares what the Kardashians are doing anymore? Who cares what they ever did? I don't know. But I just shared it with you, so I guess I'm contributing to the problem, and sometimes I have to acknowledge that. Biff, do I have time for the funnies, or should I take a break here before we get to TV7?
We're good. We're good.
We're good? All right.
Yeah.
Well, the regular part of the Friday show is always our Friday funnies. So let's take a look at some comedy for you. And we start off with some of the jokes that were making the rounds late night last night.
Taco Bell just launched a subscription service that sends customers a taco every day for a month. Well, it looks like we're about to go through another toilet paper shortage. Well, get this, though. Kohler just unveiled this new stillness bath that emits fog to replicate a spa experience. To make it even more spa-like, the bath also emits a hologram of a naked old guy who sits 2 feet away from it. Did you guys see this BMW car? They just unveiled the new SUV that can actually change colors. Yeah, experts say it's going to revolutionize the way you forget where you parked your car.
All right, some of the late night last night comedy. And finally, in the Friday funnies, a little bit of stand-up. Always try and give it to you, head you off into the weekend with a little bit of humor. About dog grooming this morning.
Well, we don't have any kids now, and it's great. We have a dog, though. We have a 4-year-old French bulldog. Her name is Petunia. I love Petunia very much. She's one of my most favorite people I've ever met in my life. Petunia likes to be very social, but she can't walk very far because she has a flat face, so she can't breathe by design. But she wants to go out and meet people, but we can't walk her for that long. And anyway, this is a long-winded way of saying that we bought a stroller for our dog. My wife and I walk around New York City pushing Petunia the French bulldog in a stroller. And it's a big stroller, and it has a big black hood. And people lean in to see the baby. And instead they see a gargoyle breathing like Chris Christie. Her paws are sweating. We're like, he's sick.
I've seen people who do that, Biff. They put their dog in a baby carriage. Look, I think dogs are wonderful and they should be treated well, but do they really need to be carried around in a baby carriage?
Yeah, there's a certain point where we can, and I think in some instances we go too far when it comes to our animals. But for some they really are their kids. So
I get it.
Whatever.
I do get it, and I appreciate it, but it does seem like sometimes they go a little bit too far. You know what? People go too far with their kids sometimes too. So, but geez, it's just sometimes it's like, you got to be kidding me. It's a dozen before the hour. The folks from TV7 coming by in a minute or two here to tell us what they've got going on today, what they're working on as they head into the weekend. Let me talk to you about our friends at FanDuel Sportsbook right now and remind you, as I have been doing all week long, referring a friend on FanDuel Sportsbook could be your ticket to Super Bowl 56. Want to go to the Super Bowl? Well, if you're a FanDuel user, when you refer a friend on FanDuel Sportsbook, you will be entered for a chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to Super Bowl 56 for two. So it's possible you could go to the Super Bowl on FanDuel just for referring a friend. And keep this in mind. If you refer a friend to FanDuel and they accept the referral and they place a bet of $10 or more, you will and your referred friend will get $50 as well. So refer a friend. There's a referral link you'll find on your FanDuel app specific to you. Use that. Just send it off to your friends. Say, hey, FanDuel is fun. Would you like to download it and try it? And if they do, from your referral, you will get $50. They will get $50, and you will be entered into the Super Bowl sweepstakes for a chance for an all-expense-paid trip for two to Super Bowl 56. So if you've been thinking about, or your friends have been thinking about joining FanDuel, now is the perfect time to give it a shot. If you're new to FanDuel, you sign up using my name, Monroe, as your promo code. When they ask you for information, they'll ask you, do you have a promo code? And you do. It's my name, Monroe. That's your promo code. And if you're new to FanDuel, use my name, Monroe, in the promo code box. You get your first bet risk-free. That means you can place a bet, anything up to $1,000 for anything at all that's available on FanDuel. And if you win, you keep your money, all goes well. But if you were to lose that first bet, anywhere up to $1,000, they'll put that back into your site account, and you can use it again to place a second bet. A little do-over. I think that's a pretty good deal. So you get the risk-free $1,000. If you're new to FanDuel, you've got the $50 cash if you refer a friend and they actually take advantage of FanDuel. You've got the Super Bowl contest underway. Really, these and many reasons more are why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. You download the FanDuel Sportsbook app or go to fanduel.sportsbook.com. Now, got to tell you the legal stuff. You have to be 21 or older. You have to be. You have to be physically present in West Virginia, and they know if you are. You can't be over in Washington, PA. You can't be in Bridgeport. You got to be physically present in West Virginia because West Virginia is the state that permits it. Referred players must wager $10 within 28 days after signing up to get that bonus. The bonus issued as a site credit. It's non-withdrawable. You can't take it out in cash, but you can use it on the site. It expires after 7 days. Restrictions do apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. No purchase necessary for the Super Bowl ticket promotion. Super Bowl promotion does end on the 9th, and I know I asked you earlier, Biff, that is what, Wednesday, something like that?
The 9th,
not Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah, if it's January 9th, it is Sunday.
All right, so the Super Bowl promotion for FanDuel ends on Sunday, so only a couple of days to take advantage of that. Let's take advantage of the wisdom that Bob Westfall brings us from Big 7, WTRF TV. He's here right now. Good Friday morning to you, Bob.
Good morning, Howard. How are you in the weather?
It's I'm inside, so that's fine. My grandson's already been outside trying to sled ride. Really, it's just grass with a bit of wet stuff on it. He's been sled riding on, but
yeah,
he seems to have fun with it, so he's been trying.
Yeah.
How was your ride in this morning from Brilliant?
I never left.
Oh. You never left Brilliant, or you never went home last night?
I never went home last night.
Oh, really? Okay, all right.
Yeah, roads were
That's a
bad.
dedicated man.
Leave, and then Yeah, there's issues in Brilliant about their road cleaning, but that's a whole other story. It wasn't worth the effort. So I just went in the conference room and took a nap.
Oh, good for you. The roads were not good for a while last night. I mean, it was a relatively short-lived time, but when that snow came down, turned a little slushy when it hit the ground, got some ice underneath that I was out of. Unfortunately, I had to be out for a good bit last night, and it was a little dicey for a while. So you made the right call, I guess.
Yeah. Roads were pretty bad. The scanners was blowing up just around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So it was quite interesting. So but we made it through it.
Yep.
So I think Zach said last night. I think we got around 2 inches. Some places got a little bit more, some a little less. So anyway, that got through that storm. So on to the next, I guess.
Yeah, on to the next one. What are you working on today? Maybe any follow-up maybe to that, or some of the weather guys will follow up on it?
I think all snow emergencies in the eastern Ohio have been eliminated. So those roads sound like they're good. I know the interstates are good. Some of the secondaries, Route 2 and stuff like that, looks like they're good. A little bit of a follow-up on that today. So we'll have that. Zach and Aaron are working on additional weekend weather, so we'll have that today as well. A couple other things we're working on. We're going to talk to the people over at Roxby Labs. They want to remind people that they've partnered with the Moundsville Pharmacy as well as Wheeling Health Right when it comes to testing. So if you need to get a test, you're not backed up at the old OVMC, you can actually go to Wheeling Health Right or go down to Moundsville Pharmacy and maybe alleviate some of the backup that is going on up at the old OVMC parking lot when it comes to testing. So just a reminder that you can go elsewhere to get tested and not be in line for as long. So we're going to have that today. We're going to talk to people up there on that one. Story kind of related to that. We're going to talk to Dr. Reynolds, excuse me, WVU Reynolds Memorial. Just a reminder that you can use urgent care for things, so you're not tying up things in the emergency room either. They do have the downtown facility from Wheeling Hospital. I'm sure there's one that with Reynolds. I'm drawing a blank on where it's at, but anyway. So it's something that maybe alleviates some of the strain on the main hospitals, and check out the urgent care, things like that, so that can help you out. So we will have that.
Yeah, a lot of people get confused as to what they're supposed to go to urgent care for in the ER, so I assume that's the kind of thing you'll be talking about today with the folks in WVU Medicine.
That's right. So we'll update that a little bit. A couple other things we're going to talk about. Something out there that's being called the Betty White Challenge. Kind of interesting. Kind of popped up, actually probably not within 24 hours of her passing. They want everyone to donate $5 in Betty White's name to their favorite animal rescue. So we're gonna talk to Lisa Williams at the Belmont County Shelter and Angela Hatfield at the Humane Society of Belmont County about what a great idea this is. And obviously, I'm sure they could use the help. So we're gonna follow up on that, explain what it is, and let everybody know. Maybe they can do a little good in the name of everyone's favorite Hollywood actress. But anyway,
I think it's a great idea. But when you said the Betty White Challenge, I thought maybe it was to see if we could live to be 99. That was the challenge I'd like to take.
Really? 99, huh, Howard?
It's possible.
I'm not gonna touch it. I know Biff is thinking right now, well, shoot, you've only got a couple more years to get there, so what's the big deal? But I wasn't going to say that.
That's right.
I wasn't going to say that.
31 more. If I can make it 31 more years, whew, boy, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? I plan to be 115.
Is that it? Okay. All right. That's good. It's a good
that
round
way,
age. Good
that
age.
way, that way that I can be alive for the bicentennial and the tricentennial.
There you go. I like your thinking. Anything else real quick that you're working on you want to tell us about this morning?
We're going to follow up the weather. Sports, OVAC wrestling starts next week, so we'll be talking about that here over the next few days. So we'll continue that. And as you know, with weather, get that app on your phone. I had a lovely woman call this morning, wanted to know how she could get Channel 7 on her phone, and I had explained it to her. She just needed to go to her app store. So,
simple as that. And then Channel 7 is in your pocket. Storm Tracker 7 for the weather specifically, and WTRF News for all of the news, including weather and traffic cams and so on. So it's a great way to do it. All right, Bob, we'll look for the news on the air, online, at WTRF.com, on our apps, and you have yourself a good weekend. I hope you get to go home tonight,
actually, I'm leaving here in about an hour.
All right, and we'll talk again next week. So have a great weekend, my friend.
Thanks, sir. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye, Bob.
All right, time to get out of here, Biffy. I think all things considered, I'll come back Monday morning at 7 o'clock when they go around to the big gig. Will you be back here with me?
Back Monday, ready to start another week.
We'll keep on doing it till we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
It's projected that more than 400,000 jobs.
All right, Biffy. Bit of a tap dance there in that last hour, but we made it through. And we got her in. Chad's in on Monday. Can't remember if it was 8:15 or 9:15. But anyways, I got Chad for Monday. And I'm probably going to try and get Brad on to start talking about the legislature. Also, the Capitol Report starts Monday, so be looking for that starting Monday on the Metro News website. Thinking. Yes, it should be on the, yes, yeah, it should be there. Yeah, it'll be on the affiliate, it'll be on the affiliate site, yeah. Although it may, and that's probably the best place to get it, they may put it on the front page so you can listen to it directly from the front page, but if you want to download it or make sure you got it, it'll be on the affiliate page. Front page, yeah. Yeah, but it starts Monday, so I will do my best to try to remember to get it in. I'm gonna take a stab, I think, for using it right after the 8 o'clock newscast every day, but you know how that works with me, so that's my game plan. My plans do not always come to fruition, but we'll use it. So, all right, have a good weekend. If you have any problems, I think I'll be around. Teddy's relaxing after his tobogganing, so I think he's wore himself out already. So, but I think he'll be down here today. If you need me, give me a call. I'll be around. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you Monday. All right. Thanks for your help, as always. Bye.
We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you need.
I don't think we carry that, but check nonfiction.
It really does devour literature.
Please leave.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Exergen would like you to know about an important study just released by the FDA. It confirms what the medical community has known all along. Non-contact thermometers are not accurate. The study also reports that they fail to meet FDA requirements for accuracy in labeling. We can't afford to tolerate the rampant false temperature readings from non-contact thermometers. Accurate temperature measurements are essential. You need Exergen thermometers because they are accurate and backed by over 100 clinical studies. Be sure, be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Parents of the teenager accused in a deadly school shooting in Michigan in November are due in court later today. Jennifer and James Crumley facing involuntary manslaughter charges after prosecutors say they made a gun available to their 15-year-old son. They want their bail lowered. Earlier today, the 15-year-old who was being charged as an adult waived his right to a preliminary hearing that sends his trial to circuit court. No date's been set. After wildfires caused more than $500 million damages in Colorado last week, President Biden will pay a visit today.
President Biden and the First Lady traveled to Boulder, Colorado today to get a first-hand look at the damage from last week's wildfire. The Bidens will meet with families impacted by the fire, which destroyed more than 1,000 homes and structures, making it the most destructive wildfire in the state's history. President Biden will get updates from local officials and